Welcome to Fast History. Today we'll take you back in time to discover one of the most fascinating and influential men in history, Julius Caesar. Get ready for a journey through conquests, betrayals, and dreams of greatness, in a Rome that was changing forever. Rome, a city of myths, ambitions, and battles. Among its dusty streets and majestic temples, a man was born who would change the destiny of the world, Gaius Julius Caesar. A general, a politician, a revolutionary. Today we tell you the story of a man who dared to challenge the gods and rewrite history with conquest. Julius Caesar was born in 100 BC into one of the oldest patrician families of Rome, the gens Julia, which claimed legendary descent from Aeneas and therefore from the goddess Venus. Growing up in a turbulent era, when the Republic wavered under the blows of civil wars and internal strife, Caesar quickly learned that power isn't inherited, it's taken. From a young age, he was trained in oratory and military discipline, skills he would later master brilliantly. His first great challenge came with the death of Sulla, the dictator who had persecuted his family. With cleverness and caution, Caesar navigated the political dangers, gaining attention for his eloquence, charisma, and extraordinary leadership skills. After refusing Sulla's order to divorce his wife Cornelia, Caesar was forced into hiding. When he finally returned to Rome, he began his military career in Asia Minor, distinguishing himself in battle and earning the Corona Civica, one of Rome's highest honors. Back in his homeland, he embarked on the cursus honorum, the required sequence of public offices, displaying great skill in both civil and military affairs. He served as quaestor in Spain, where he began to dream of rivaling Alexander the Great. As aedile, he organized lavish public games, winning the favor of the common people and the attention of the aristocracy. Interestingly, even in his youth, Caesar was obsessively concerned with his public image. He shaved his face, wore an elegant toga, and reportedly suffered greatly from his early balding, going so far as to disguise it with elaborate combovers. His election as Pontifex Maximus marked a turning point. Caesar realized that beyond military might, religious and symbolic power was essential to dominate Rome. He spent huge sums to secure the position, taking on enormous debts. But his intuition told him that Rome rewarded winners, and he intended to be the greatest of them all. His political consolidation culminated in the formation of the First Triumvirate, a secret alliance with Pompey and Crassus. It was a lethal combination: Pompey's military prestige, Crassus's wealth, and Caesar's popular charisma. In 59 BC, Caesar was elected consul. During his term, he acted decisively, promoting land reform laws for veterans and pushing reforms that angered the senatorial aristocracy. But his true masterpiece was securing the proconsulship of Gaul, a position that allowed him to build a loyal army and amass personal fortune. The conquest of Gaul was not just a military feat but a political operation. Each victory strengthened his name in Rome, while his influence grew exponentially. The Gallic campaigns were masterpieces of strategy and endurance. Caesar faced large armies, hostile environments, betrayals, and revolts. He crossed the Rhine with a wooden bridge, sending a clear message to the Germanic tribes. In Britain, he braved storms and the sea to carry the Roman banner beyond the known world. Interestingly, his first landing in Britain was a failure. He lost many ships to storms and his local alliances were weaker than expected. Still, his audacity impressed Rome. The victory at Alesia, against Vercingetorix, is a textbook example of military genius. He built double lines of fortifications to withstand both the besieged and incoming relief armies. Despite great risks, his discipline and his men's loyalty led him to victory. Returning from Gaul, Caesar was more powerful than ever. But Rome had changed. Crassus had died in battle against the Parthians, and Pompey, now aligned with the senatorial oligarchy, saw Caesar as a threat. The Senate ordered Caesar to disband his legions. Knowing what fate awaited him if he obeyed, Caesar chose to cross the Rubicon. With the words "Alia iacta est," the die is cast, Caesar broke the law but secured his future. The civil war had begun. Caesar marched swiftly on Rome, avoiding bloodshed and gaining popular support. Pompey fled to Greece, but Caesar gave him no rest. At Pharsalus, despite being outnumbered, Caesar achieved a decisive victory. Chasing Pompey to Egypt, he found his rival already assassinated. There he met Cleopatra, forming both a political and personal relationship with her. After supporting her rise to the throne, Caesar remained in Alexandria for months, facing local wars and conspiracies. One curious anecdote: according to some sources, Caesar once had to swim underwater in Alexandria's harbor to escape an ambush, holding important documents above the water in one hand. Caesar's return to Rome was triumphant. He received unprecedented honors: dictator for life, repeated consulships, censor of morals. He launched reforms that ranged from integrating provinces to improving infrastructure, from reorganizing state administration to creating the Julian calendar, which corrected serious flaws in the old lunar calendar and, with slight modifications, is still the basis of our modern system. But the concentration of power in a single man was intolerable to many. Roman culture despised monarchy, and although Caesar formally refused the title of king, his symbols and behavior fed suspicions. Some senators feared they would forever lose their influence. A conspiracy took shape. The free men saw themselves as saviors of the Republic. Among them, the tragically emblematic figure of Brutus, adopted by Caesar and treated almost like a son. The Ides of March 44 BC were chosen as a symbolic moment, a Senate session seemingly innocent. That day, as Caesar entered the theater of Pompey, he was surrounded. The first blow struck his face and chest. At first, he tried to defend himself, but when he saw Brutus, he pulled his toga over his face and gave up the fight. Curiously, the exact number of stab wounds varies across ancient sources. Some say 23, others even more. Caesar's death did not restore the Republic. Instead, it opened a period of violence and civil wars, culminating in the rise to power of Octavian, his designated heir, and the final transformation of Rome into an empire. Julius Caesar was not just an undefeated general. He was a skilled politician, a strategist, a communicator who could speak to the masses like no one before. His influence extended far beyond his time. His name became synonymous with ruler in many languages and cultures. His life proves that with ambition, intelligence, and determination, a man can truly change the course of history. Julius Caesar, the man who dared to dream the impossible and almost succeeded. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss more journeys into the past. Tell us in the comments which great historical figure you'd like to discover in the next episode. See you on the next adventure.